Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm back. I am back hopefully full time. We'll see where we go here. I am DJ Danger, and welcome to the new Universe Mode Draft DJ Danger Gaming. We updated, folks. And, folks, we are slowly but surely making it to 200 subscribers. So, if you have not subbed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Share it. I have a challenge for you. Share it with at least 10 people you know. Make sure that if they all subscribe, or at least half of them subscribe, then comment down below who all subscribed, and you will get a shout out in the next episode. Now, this is the WWE2K Universe Mode Draft. So without further ado, let's get underway. And folks, we're going to start off here. The rules of the WWE draft. Over 70 superstars have been placed into this year's draft. NXT will be disbanded, meaning that all superstars will be eligible to be signed. And folks, for every 2 picks SmackDown has, Raw will get 3. Tag teams will count as 1 pick unless Fox or the USA Network specifically want to pick 1 superstar from the team. And any undrafted stars will immediately be declared free agents and able to sign with the brand of their choosing. And with that, let's get into the draft. As number 1 on the draft, Monday Night Raw selects the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. This man, a 2-time WWE champion. This man, a multi-time United States champion. All that's gone, though. As let me just explain this for everyone watching at home. Every championship lineage has been cut off, meaning that now we transition into where the lineages are new, meaning that every single universe mode from this point on forward will continue the same title lineage. So even if one of these guys aren't in the next video game, they'll still be recognized as a former champion. I'm not going to be doing, you know what I'm saying. However, AJ Styles, obviously a multi-time champion, looking to make waves here on Monday Night Raw, Can Monday Night Raw have the best year with the phenomenal one? And SmackDown selects the Beast Incarnate himself, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, the first pick for SmackDown, a huge and massive pick for SmackDown. This is something that everybody did not expect. And I'm excited to see what the Beast has in store for the Blue brand. We'll have some announcements later on in the draft. Monday Night Raw selects Drew McIntyre. Monday Night Raw, I know that's a terrible accent, but he's the second pick for SmackDown. Drew McIntyre, the Scottish psychopath, obviously is a very mean person, very dangerous person. We'll be excited to see what McIntyre can accomplish on the Red brand. And SmackDown selects Roman Reigns. With Raw selecting McIntyre, SmackDown answers back by selecting the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And guys, that is a huge pick for the Blue brand. The tribal chief, the head of the table, the best of the best, the main event is on the Blue brand. Monday Night Raw selects the man that's been stealing the show since day one, the show off himself, Dolph Ziggler. And this man's been referred to as a second Shawn Michaels, but he wants to be known as the first Dolph Ziggler. And Ziggler looks to prove once and for all that he is one of the best in and out of the ring. Can he do some massive championship success on Monday nights? And SmackDown's going to burn it down with Seth Rollins, folks. Seth Rollins is on the Blue brand, and SmackDown is going to burn it down with him. Seth Rollins, a multi-time champion in his own right, on the same brand as his Shield brethren, Roman Reigns. Interesting to see how that's going to play out. And Monday Night Raw wants the franchise of WWE, John Cena. Kind of interesting to see him drafted this late in the draft, considering that there are no champions. Many would think he'd be the first overall pick, but instead, John Cena has fallen, and Monday Night Raw made him their 4th pick, meaning that would be I would leave that 7th overall. So Cena kind of fell on the low rankings a little bit, but if he can make a good year this year, no doubt in my mind, he will be drafted 1st overall if he makes a good year this year in the next draft. And SmackDown going to select 2 rebels for the tag team division, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And these two men, now allies, looking to win the SmackDown tag titles and take over SmackDown, and take over not just the tag division, but the mid-card division and the world title division. Interesting to see how Owens and Zayn are going to cooperate and coexist on the blue brand. And Raw is going to have a little, well, to say the least, bruising. And no, that's not who you think it is, folks. It's going to be a lot of pain dished out as Raw selects Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior. And guys, he is looking to win more titles. He's looking to beat people up. And I'm excited to see what the Celtic Warrior can do on Raw. Interesting though, he was not drafted with his tag team partner in the bar, Cesaro. So interesting to see how that's going to go on. But SmackDown's going to continue to build onto their tag team division with, in my opinion, one of the best tag teams in the world, if not the best tag team in the world. Jimmy and Jey Uso, the Usos, on the same brand as their cousin, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. Will they align with Roman Reigns and form the bloodline, or will they say no to Roman's antics? And will they go what they've been doing? And will they do what they've been doing since day one-ish? As now Monday, what? Oh, no. This can't be right. This can't be right. Cody Rhodes? Is he signed to WWE? Excuse me, I'm getting words in my headset. Cody Rhodes signed a nice one-year deal with the WWE, and he has now been drafted to Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes, the mastermind behind All Elite Wrestling, and now after they died, after WWE bought them out, Cody signed a contract with them. What does this mean for Raw? Raw just selected the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I don't know how you're gonna top that. SmackDown. Oh, but that's big right here. SmackDown selects the monster among men, Braun Strowman. And Braun Strowman, folks, he is now here. He is now ready for a fight on the blueprint. Interesting to see if he's going to go after the United States Championship or the WWE Championship. Can he form a tag team? We'll never know, but Raw's going to get dark with Aleister Black. And this man's a young talent, a young prospect, definitely a future world champion, a blue chipper, as some would say. Aleister Black, definitely someone who can make waves, but someone who's already made waves and quite a little bit more is the Woken Matt Hardy. Woken Matt Hardy is here on SmackDown, folks. Nearing the end of his career, it seems, but could he make one or two, three more title runs on the blue brand? Interesting to see where his brother Jeff will be drafted at too. Maybe the Hardy Boys will come back one more time. The Broken Hardys will be interesting to see how Matt Hardy fares on the blue brand, and Raw selects another blue chipper, another good man that could be a future world champion, and that is Apollo Crews, the Nigerian prince. And guys, he is Nigerian royalty, looking to win the Intercontinental Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship. Interesting to see the Nigerian prince, Apollo Crews, on Monday Night Raw. And we talking about the Hardy Boys, but this was a team that was also used, and that's the Deleters of Worlds. Are they going to continue to team together? Or are they going to go solo? Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds, has now been drafted to SmackDown. Is Wyatt going to be teaming with Matt Hardy, or is he going to go it alone? That is a big question, folks. But that Raw going to select the team that, in my opinion, is one of, if not the greatest tag team on Monday Night Raw in WWE history. The New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods. These three men are one of the best tag teams, if not the best tag teams, better than almost all of them. I say the only ones that come close to their status as a tag team right now will be the Usos, the longevity. Guys, the New Day are now a part of Monday Night Raw, and they are here to stay on the red brand. SmackDown is going to select the masked luchador, the greatest luchador of all time, Rey Mysterio, someone who is a former world champion in his own right. His WWE Championship reign back in 2011 didn't go so well for him, but looking to win the second WWE Championship on SmackDown, and hopefully a longer reign this time around. And Monday Night Raw selecting 2 rebels in their own right. We have Owens and Zayn on SmackDown. But now, folks, it's Carl Anderson. It's Luke Gallows. It's the Good Brothers. And they're on Raw. Interesting to see, however, that AJ Styles was also drafted to Raw. Will the club reunite or are they going to go alone? It's going to be interesting to see, folks. And now SmackDown selects the Apex Predator, one of, if not the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. No gimmicks, just straight up wrestling. It is the Viper himself, Randy Orton. And Randy Orton on SmackDown. Interesting to see how he has so many past rivals on SmackDown, like Rey Mysterio, Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, Lesnar even. Interesting to see how Orton's going to fare on SmackDown with all these past foes and hopefully some new ones. And Raw selecting a king. And to be quite frankly, it's the king of strong style himself, Shinsuke Nakamura. This man right here, a former IWGP Intercontinental Champion. The man has done it all around the world. Is he going to win some gold on Raw territory? Interesting to see Shinsuke Nakamura drafted to Monday nights. And I'm excited for it, folks. Meanwhile, SmackDown selects a man, in my opinion, who has a lot of years left in the tank for him. A man that could be the future of the WWE himself, Johnny Wrestling. Or should we used to call him Johnny Takeover? No. It's Johnny SmackDown. It's Johnny Gargano, folks. And he is on SmackDown. Interesting to see, folks, they can freshen up the mid-card division a lot, folks. And this is going to be something that I am personally excited to see on the Blue brand. And while I mentioned this earlier, the prospect of the Hardy Boys being drafted together, that prospect has just been shot down as Jeff Hardy has been drafted to Monday Night Raw, opposite from his brother Matt. Interesting to see the charismatic Enigma go it solo on his own this time around. Monday Night Raw selects Jeff Hardy. Oh, dear Lord. This is not good. Oh, my God. Oh my God, SmackDown, you have just let the devil in your doors. It's like SmackDown just signed the devil to a 5-year contract. SmackDown selects Karrion Kross. That, my friends, is something that I don't understand. Why I understand you want him on your brand for Survivor Series, but why the heck would you endanger your roster like that? That is, oh my God. I please hold the SmackDown roster in your hearts right now, folks, and pray for them, because Karrion Kross, it is now time to fall and pray. And oh my God, Monday Night Raw looking an equally vicious superstar, and Jon Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, is Mox going to be doing something very important on Raw. Opposite of his 2 Shield brothers, Rollins and Reigns, Moxley is going solo. What's Mox gonna do on the Red brand? And wow, this is the interesting pick. SmackDown selects the Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream been drafted to SmackDown, folks. And it is like the Velveteen Dream. It's like one of the faces of the WWE. Definitely a lot of years left in the tank. 25 years old, if I'm not mistaken. The man could definitely be a future world champion. Interesting to see what he's going to be doing on the Blue brand. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Oh, my God. Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight, been drafted to Monday nights. And that's something, my friends, is something that you don't want. Pete Dunne, the man that will break your fingers and laugh in your face, shrug in your face, if you will. Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight, a lot of years in the tank form as well, could be the face of the WWE, as I've mentioned with many others in the past. And guys, the man could break your neck and you wouldn't even be able to feel it, mostly because you'd probably be dead by then. But who knows? Pete Dunne might have some mercy on you. I doubt that's going to happen because he's the bruiserweight. SmackDown, however, going to take a lighter turn. A man that can fly through the air like Superman himself. It is the man known as Ricochet. Ricochet taken by SmackDown. Interesting prospect here. He's about in his 30s, I believe. And Ricochet, however, has a lot of years to become one of the best in the ring. Interesting to see Ricochet on the Blue brand, folks. And I am excited. Oh, my God. Monday Night Raw selecting the rated R superstar Edge. This is incredible for Monday nights, as Monday Night Raw selected one of the best wrestlers all around in the ring. And that is Edge, a man coming out of retirement for one last run. And he has been drafted to Raw, the same brand that hosts his main title, the title that he had to relinquish due to injury. He had broken his neck. He had to retire from wrestling for 9 years, I believe. And that was for the World Heavyweight Championship. Can Edge reclaim that title? Or could he reclaim a title that kick-started his career? The Intercontinental title. Interesting to see Edge. And look at that, the Prince, Finn Balor. You don't want to see him in your rearview mirror. You don't want to see, well, actually you do, excuse me. You don't want to see him ahead of you, because if you have to step in the ring with Finn Balor, I promise you, you will be coming out of that ring on a stretcher. Finn Balor, the Prince, is on the blue brand. Interesting to see him on SmackDown. And wow, a huge pick for Raw, selecting Edge's best friend, Christian. Christian has been selected by Monday night. Could Edge and Christian reunite? Could we see a tag team title run with Edge and Christian? The possibilities, folks, are endless. I am excited, but only to know. If you want to know, folks, tune in next week to Monday Night Raw to see what Christian and Edge will do. And oh, wow. SmackDown selecting another staple of AEW. It's the cleaner Kenny Omega. And what's funny about this, folks, is that Finn Balor was just drafted to SmackDown earlier. And these two men, former members of Bullet Club, this could really be a staple for SmackDown. Could these two start working together? We don't know. Interesting to see if Balor and Omega will join the tag division, or they're going to be bitter rivals, bitter foes. I'm going to be excited to see either or. Tune into SmackDown. That'll be next Friday, folks. Next Friday, hopefully, if schedule allows it. And Monday Night Raw, wow. Oh my God. I cannot help but be excited as Monday Night Raw selects the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. We knew they were going to have a blockbuster draft pick. We had no idea it would be someone like the Heartbreak Kid, the Mr. WrestleMania, the showstopper. Shawn Michaels, one of, and Ric Flair said, many consider Ric Flair the greatest wrestler of all time. Well, Ric Flair himself, the SmackDown general manager, if I'm not mistaken, he said that Shawn Michaels is the greatest of all time. And I would not doubt him for 1 second. Interesting to see what Shawn is going to do on the red brand. And SmackDown selects another man, a veteran in the ring, Shelton Benjamin, former United States and Intercontinental Champion, the gold standard on the blue brand. Interesting to see what he is going to be doing on SmackDown and what he's going to be able to accomplish on the blue brand. And Monday Night Raw selects EC3, Ethan Carter III, been drafted to Raw. He is definitely a blue chipper, to say the least. The man's a rookie. Well, I wouldn't really call him a rookie. The man's been wrestling for pretty much all of his life. And EC3 looking to prove once again that it is now his time. It is now his moment. And wait a second, this can't be right. One of the staples of New Japan Pro Wrestling is Switchblade Jay White. And Jay White has been drafted to SmackDown. This means there's three superstars on the blue brand from Bullet Club. This is insane, folks. And I don't know if you know this, but Bullet Club is one of the leading factions in New Japan, which gave the start to like AJ Styles, the Good Brothers, Omega, Balor, and Jay White, the recently drafted Jay White, gave them their start. So it's interesting to see how they're going to fare on SmackDown, all three of them together. And whoa, my God, they're coming out with banger picks here tonight. Raw selects the Animal, Batista. Batista is on Raw. This is, my God, Batista's on Raw, meaning that this could mean we could see Batista win the World Heavyweight Championship yet again. This is incredible, folks. And now SmackDown selecting another blue chipper, no pun intended. It is Hangman Adam Page. And Hangman Page, another man who was also in the new era of Bullet Club, and Monday Night Raw is looking someone, and this is terrifying, the Big Red Machine, Kane. And if any indication of what we see on our screens here, folks, Kane looks to be going back to 1997, and that was one of the most dangerous versions of Kane, folks. And I am definitely terrified that Kane is on Raw. And Hellfire and Brimstone are sure to follow him as well, as SmackDown selects the bastard himself, Pac. And Pac is on the blue brand. Interesting to see how Pac is going to fare. I am definitely excited to see what he's going to be doing on SmackDown from a cruiserweight champion. And wow, nice pick by Raw. There is no Raw logo, folks. It is simply the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly. Is the Undisputed Prophecy going to be fulfilled? What's going to happen? Is Undisputed Era going to take over WWE and SmackDown, and rest in peace IRL? But it is Luke Harper. Guys, Harper definitely looking to win more titles in the universe mode. And we are definitely able to see that Harper could definitely be a interesting prospect for SmackDown, future world champion. One of his proteges, if you can call him that, best friends, Bray Wyatt, been drafted to SmackDown. Could we see a Wyatt family reunion? It is all up to you, folks. Let me know in the chat. Would you like to see a Wyatt family reunion? Put it down below, folks. Raw selects the self-proclaimed greatest tag team in the world, Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, FTR. And FTR has now been drafted by Raw. Interesting to see if they are going to win the Raw Tag Team Championships. I'm excited to see that. As SmackDown going to add to their already stacked tag team division with the War Raiders themselves, Hanson and Rowe. Looking to see, are they going to win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships? It's definitely something to think about, folks. Definitely something to think about. Monday Night Raw, however, is going to select, what does WWE stand for, folks? Well, to this man, it stands for Walk with Elias. It is Elias being drafted to Monday Night Raw. And guys, Elias definitely someone that could definitely become a future Intercontinental, if not World Heavyweight Champion. And I am excited to see this man's future on the red brand. And SmackDown selecting the Swiss Cyborg, the Swiss Terminator, Cesaro. He was been drafted and pulled away from his partner Sheamus in the bar, now going solo. How's Cesaro going to do? And wow, and in my eyes, and this is my opinion, folks, so care disagree with me in the comments or agree in the comments. The greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. It is The Miz, and he is awesome. And he is drafted to Monday Night Raw. What is The Miz going to bring to the red brand? SmackDown's looking one of the Miz's greatest adversaries, that being Daniel Bryan. He called Miz a coward in the wrestling ring, but sadly will not get to see that match at all. It is Daniel Bryan. He is drafted to the blue brand. And Raw selecting a team to go to their new tag division. It is Akam, it is Razor, it is the Authors of Pain, AOP. Not much can be said about them except they're bruisers and they love pain, and they're gonna beat the heck out of every single team on that division, and maybe in my eyes will be the future, if not longest reigning Raw Tag Team Champions ever. Excited to see what they're gonna be doing. And SmackDown selecting a superstar that definitely is a blue chipper. That is Chad Gable, former Olympian, guys. And Gable is someone who is ready, willing, and Gable, new attitude, looking if he can finally make it prove to everyone that he is not a B+ player. Shout out to Daniel Bryan, folks. But we have heard many people call him that, say he's not ready for the big scene yet. Gable says, I am ready, I'm willing, and I'm Gable. Can he do it? So guys, stay tuned to SmackDown to see that. And this is someone that I am certainly keen on, the Samoan submission machine. And I like to call him the monster. He is a monster, folks. The destroyer, Samoa Joe. You get locked into that Cohina clutch, and Joe is going to put you to sleep, folks. Samoa Joe, definitely world championship material. So I'm excited to see what Samoa Joe is going to do on the red brand. SmackDown going to select a little controlled chaos. Alexander Wolf, Killian Dane, Eric Young. It is Sanity. And Sanity's been drafted to SmackDown, folks. Interesting to see what Sanity is going to be able to do on the blue brand. Those two men right there, Young and Wolf, or Young and Dane. Dane and Wolf could enter the tag team division and could win the titles. Definitely something that you've wanted to see, maybe. But we're going to definitely see if they can win the SmackDown tag titles, the US title, or even the WWE Championship. The possibilities, my friends, are endless. And well, this man, a little shout out on Twitter, but guys, it is Well, the salt of the earth, he's better than you, and you know it, is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. It is MJF. And MJF, folks, is going to definitely prove once again that he is better than everyone. And yeah, everybody knows it. Definitely someone 25, I believe, 25 years of age. The man has at least another 25 years in the tank to be a future world champion, the face of professional wrestling as we know it. Now I'm interested to see what he's going to be able to do on Raw. SmackDown selecting the knockout artist Cassius Ohno for SmackDown, and his former running buddy Cesaro was also on the blue brand. And I'm excited to see just what these two men could do, or what could he do. The knockout artist Cassius Ohno is on SmackDown. And Raw selecting a man that is definitely talented in his own right. It is TJP. And guys, the man is a submission specialist. If you have not seen this man wrestle before, you have the opportunity to see him wrestle on Raw every week live on the DJ Danger Gaming YouTube channel. I'm excited to see what TJP has in store for Monday nights. SmackDown selecting a former WWE and United States champion, the modern day Maharaja Jinder Mahal. He has been drafted to SmackDown. You know that Mahal's going to SmackDown. So are the Singh brothers. And I'm excited to see if Mahal can finally capture the big one on SmackDown. And Raw gonna select Prime Alexander himself, Cedric Alexander, folks. And Alexander is definitely someone that could definitely become a future Intercontinental World Champion. But I think at this stage in his career, there's a lot more to do. I'm excited to see him compete in the ring, though. This man is talented. He has a bright future in the WWE. Mark my words. And SmackDown going to select the lone wolf himself, Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin has been drafted to SmackDown, a former United States champion, former Mr. Money in the Bank. And Baron Corbin is someone that if you cross paths with him, it will be your end of days. And guys, and this is something that I've noticed, nobody, and I mean nobody, has ever kicked out of the end of days finishing maneuver. It once he hits it, it's lights out. I'm excited to see what Baron Corbin can do on SmackDown. And Raw gonna select Chris Jericho, folks. Jericho has not been seen in Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, or WWE entirely for years now. So exciting to see what Jericho, if he comes back, what will he look like? Where will he be going? Who will his first target? Is it going to be the Intercontinental title, the World Heavyweight title, both titles that he has held with pure prestige? Remember the 2008, if I believe it, if I remember correctly, the 2008 ladder match for the World's Heavyweight Championship, or the 2009 ladder match. It was one of those 2 years, folks. A stellar ladder match with the Heartbreak Kid, who was also drafted to Raw, Shawn Michaels, for the world title. And Jericho possibly understands that this could be a last run for him. SmackDown going to select the almighty Bobby Lashley. Lashley looking to finally prove to the world that he is main event caliber. Is Lashley going to be able to do it? And guys, now we are transitioning from the male division to the female division. And coming in number one, Raw selects the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair, a multiple-time women's champion, highly decorated female wrestler, and she's only been in the company for barely under a decade, like half a decade almost. Charlotte Flair is on Raw. She debuted in 2013, and that would make 2023 one decade. So she's been here about 8 years, and she's already held about 13 women's titles combined. Flair has, well, I'm sure she probably broke the glass ceiling by now. I would say the sky's the limit, but I'm pretty sure she's in the solar system right now. The universe is the limit for this woman right here, Charlotte Flair. SmackDown gonna select another horsewoman for their next pick as they select the huggable one, Bayley. Bayley's been selected for SmackDown. I will be definitely excited to see what she can do on the blue brand. And so, Monday Night Raw selects Absolution, Paige, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Absolution's been drafted to Raw, and God help the women's division. These three women are tough and brutal. I'm definitely terrified to see what they can do on Raw. And now, SmackDown selects Ember Moon. Ember Moon is a prospect that I would say has a bright future ahead of her. A very prominent young woman, someone who's definitely very talented enough to be the SmackDown Women's Champion. I'll be interested to see what she can do on SmackDown, folks. It's now Monday Night Raw selects the baddest woman on the planet. You may have heard of her. You may have seen her. But if you haven't yet, get ready for a treat. It is Rowdy Ronda Rousey, folks. And Ronda is on Monday nights. I'm excited to see what she'll be able to do on the red brand. And SmackDown is selecting a woman that is the daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the niece of Bret the Hitman Hart, but more importantly, one of the most decorated female wrestlers of all time. It is Natalya, straight out of the Hart Dungeon. Natalya going to SmackDown. Becky Lynch has been drafted to Monday Night Raw. The man has been drafted to Monday Night Raw. And Becky Lynch is a tough son of a gun. And I'm excited to see if she can capture the Raw Women's title. And more importantly, will we get that one-on-one match with Ronda and Becky? SmackDown going to select the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Asuka has been drafted by SmackDown, and I am interested to see what the Empress of Tomorrow is going to be doing on the blue brand. And coming in now, the Riot Squad, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan has been drafted to Raw. We have one faction in Absolution. We have now two in the Riot Squad. These threw in, obviously, future main eventers, and to see how they can form here. As SmackDown's going to kind of couple that with the Queen of Spades, the Submission Magician, Shayna Baszler. I consider her the second, if not the baddest woman on the planet. The woman has joint manipulation unlike any other, and folks, excited to see what the Submission Magician is going to pull out for SmackDown's women's division. As Raw selects one of her biggest victims, it's Dakota Kai. And I'm interested to see what Kai is going to be able to do on Raw, and if she will be able to stop anyone who says that she cannot win the title, and stop anybody that's in her way to win the women's championship. And Raw like selecting those blue chippers. SmackDown's going to select someone who, the daughter of Jimmy Superfly Snuka, that is Tamina. She is on SmackDown, folks, and Tamina looking to finally prove to everyone that she is ready for the women's title, and she will win the women's title. Excited to see Tamina on SmackDown. As Raw selects Dana Brooke, a former protege of Charlotte Flair. Is Dana Brooke going to align with Flair, or is she going to go solo and try to win the Raw Women's Championship? And guys, well, SmackDown really only has about 4 more picks, and with their next pick, they select Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, the Iconics. These two, in my opinion, one of the greatest female tag teams of all time. And these two women have nothing to lose now. Can they win the SmackDown Women's title? Can one of them win the SmackDown Women's title? If so, which one? I know it's going to be very hard to see your best friend succeeding, folks. My apologies there. I know it's very hard to see your best friend succeeding, and you're not. It's interesting to see how this iconic duo will play out. Raw selects the Irresistible Force, Nia Jax. And the Irresistible Force obviously is someone who you get in the ring with, you will definitely leave injured. Let me just say that, folks. I am terrified for the Raw Women's division. God help you. My heart goes out to you. Prayers go out to you. I feel bad for you, but I can't do nothing for you, buddy. SmackDown going to select someone who is 5 feet of fury. Little Miss Bliss herself, Alexa Bliss, going to SmackDown. And a multi-time women's champion in her own right. Is she going to finally get done what she needs to get done? Is she going to win the SmackDown Women's Championship for a 3rd time? And Raw selecting a Hall of Famer. Well, and also the Hall of Fame ceremony will be planned, but it is not announced when it will be. It'll have to be on WrestleMania weekend, but she is a IRL Hall of Famer. It is the Glamazon Beth Phoenix. Definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. She can definitely rival the power of Nia Jax. I'll be interested to see what she can do. And guys, going in for SmackDown, second to last pick, it is the boss, the blueprint, the standard. It's Sasha Banks. And as you can see, Sasha Banks has been MIA, I guess you can say, for the past number of months. Where has Sasha Banks been? We don't know. But SmackDown certainly has now been bossed up. For Monday Night Raw's last pick, they select the veteran Mickie James. And Mickie James has now been drafted to Raw. And Mickie has now have a clear shot for the Raw Women's title. But she has people like Beth, Nia, Dana, Dakota, and many more in her path. And guys, this female wanted me to do the introduction for her. So she is the final pick of SmackDown. She is last, but certainly not least. She is the EST of WWE, the strong S, the fast S, the rough S, the toughest, the quickest, the BEST, the best. She is Bianca Bel-Air. And she is, in my eyes, one of my favorite female wrestlers of all time. Bianca Belair looking to prove that she has the power, the strength to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. And God help the Blue Brand. And guys, I just received some major announcements regarding WWE SmackDown and Raw. But I can tell you right now that on Monday Night Raw, the Intercontinental title will be defended and decided as whoever wins this match will see a rematch from the draft tonight. Miz and Ziggler, one-on-one. I'll be excited to see it happen, folks. Thank you for joining me on the WWE Draft. And coming up next, don't go anywhere, folks, because it's two big matches. The United States title match, Karrion Kross and Finn Balor inside a steel cage, and one more time in the SmackDown Live Arena. And guys, it'll also be on Monday Night Raw. It'll be the Intercontinental Championship. It'll be The Miz. It'll be Dolph Ziggler. And that match will be 2 out of 3 falls. And I hope you guys enjoyed these few matches. Remember to stay awesome, stay loyal. I'll catch you on the first episode of Monday Night Raw. But go check out these matches, guys. They're coming up right now.